Okay, welcome to Politics NY with Sky. Schneps Media is asking each candidate running for New York City office this year 3 questions in 3 minutes. And right now, I am with Terri Liftin. She is running to be the next New York City Comptroller. It's a crowded field, so let's get to know her a little bit and what makes her unique. So, Terri, hi, how are you? Tell us about yourself and about your campaign.
Well, hello, Sky. Thank you for having me. As you may know, this is my first campaign, which is another way of saying that I'm new to politics. And it sounds corny, but in listening to some of the other candidates, they talk about their endorsements. And I have to say, my endorsements are coming from people of New York City, small business owners and workers, which is really great news for me because what I'm hearing is that voters want someone new, someone who has competence to do the job because of real business experience, someone who will listen to them and not just talk and bring honesty and accountability to the conversation. And they're excited about my campaign because that's what I bring.
So, Terry, you said this is your first political race. Why jump into the race? Why run for office now?
Well, why run for office now? Because I've been doing this job for 15 years in the private sector, and I now want to turn over my service to New York City because it's the best city, and I'm excited about our future. And the comptroller's job is really the only job for me. And I'd love to tell you a little bit why I believe that.
Yes, tell us that and tell us maybe what makes you stick out from the other candidates. Because, like I said, it's a crowded field. So tell us
It's
why you're the best candidate.
Okay, it is a crowded field, so thank you for saying it. So let's start. I'm sure you know this guy, but let's start. So what does a comptroller do? It's not a legislator, but it's a fiduciary. She's a fiduciary to the city's 5 pension funds. She reviews and certifies third-party contracts, manages litigation brought on behalf of the city and against the city, and perhaps the most important function is to audit every city agency according to the New York City's charter. So my background, I went to Barnard College. I have a master's degree in economics from NYU, and then I went to Brooklyn Law School on scholarship. And for the last 15 years, I've worked in the private sector for investment management firms where I've been the chief legal, chief compliance officer. So what did I do? I was a fiduciary. I was a fiduciary to state and city pension plans, just like the comptroller. I reviewed third-party contracts, just like the comptroller. I have managed litigation, and I have put in place forensic monitoring programs to follow expenses and to safeguard client assets. So I've done this job before, unlike my opponents, and I am ready to do this, and that's what people are hungry for.
Okay. And now, politics and government aside, and fiduciary stuff aside, tell us something fun or interesting about yourself that may not come up typically in an interview.
Well, I'm going to tell you 2 things, if you don't mind. The first thing, because I'm very proud of this, is I'm a black belt in Taekwondo. So just in case people doubt my toughness, I'm very tough. But then the fun thing is my favorite meal includes anything with French fries and cold beer.
Okay. So don't mess with Terry. And if you want to get on her good side, it's the fries and the beer.
That's right. That's me.
Thank you for spending 3 minutes with me on Chef's Media's 3 questions in 3 minutes. And I'm Sky with Politics NY.